Well, the Big D is live at 11:19 after one of the wildest, craziest, and most unpredictable Super Bowls, especially second halves and overtimes, we have seen in recent memory. But congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for becoming the first team since the 2003-2004 New England Patriots in winning consecutive Super Bowls, defeating the San Francisco 49ers 25-22 in the second overtime Super Bowl game, the first involving New England and the Atlanta Falcons. Super Bowl 51 in Atlanta. Sorry, Kyle Shanahan, but he was the Falcon OC that night, and the Patriots ended up winning in overtime. And be honest, it was a tale of two halves, two crazy different halves. I mean, the first half was very boring, very sloppy, a lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes, a lot of jitteriness, a lot of nerves involved. It seemed like nobody could get started. And then the second half, it's like, wow, anything could happen. It's like there were turnovers even by both teams, great plays by the offense, defense, history-making kicks, special teams plays, special teams bugaboos, all kinds of chaos. And then in overtime, we saw, especially third, fourth quarter, and overtime, we saw the game's best quarterback. There's not a question. And tonight, you saw the reason why Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in football and why many people think he is the biggest challenger to Tom Brady in the GOAT department. I'm not ready to say Pat Mahomes is goatiness. I'm not ready to say Pat Mahomes is Tom Brady because Mahomes just won his third Super Bowl and it's like overreaction Sunday night or Monday. And Tom Brady, of course, ended up with 7 Super Bowls. But Mahomes tonight proved why he is the game's best, despite not having a great offensive line, no Joe Tooney, a lackluster wide receiver core, a less than stellar night from his star tailback in Isaiah Pacheco. Pat Mahomes put the Chiefs on his back and made big play after big play late. And, while people are going to compare Pat Mahomes with Tom Brady, I'm going a different way with Mahomes. Mahomes reminds me so much of Derek Jeter. You remember those great New York Yankee teams winning 4 to 5 World Series, 96, 98, 99, 2000. Derek Jeter always came up with the big play, hitting home runs to lead off World Series, diving in the stands to make great plays, walk-off home runs in World Series, stealing a base, making a great defensive play. Sometimes maybe calming down a pitcher if he needs a blow. Tonight, Pat Mahomes was the captain, making plays. Saw a couple times fourth quarter and overtime, scrambling, making a first down on fourth down, and then finding guys, finding Rashid Rice, finding Kelsey, finding Watson, finding Pacheco, and then finding Nico Hardman. Where have you been? He can't play for the Jets, but he could sure as hell play for the Chiefs. Off with the game winner. So congratulations to the Chiefs, winning 25-22. Third Super Bowl in 5 years. Not bad. And Mahomes is only 28 years old. You might have a few more, but quick recap of the game. Game started off really sloppy. I mean, Niners got Christian McCaffrey involved early. I liked how Kyle Shanahan started the game. I actually liked a lot of Kyle Shanahan's play call, play design, and then McCaffrey fumbles on the fumbles, which is a rarity because Christian McCaffrey is not really a guy who fumbles much, and I'm like, what's going to happen now? And then Kansas City went 3-0, and like, well, the Chiefs have, and that 3-0 would have given Chief fans concern because Kansas City has started out playoff games really well this year, especially on offense. Started off the Raven game really well. But tonight, the Chiefs didn't really get going early. And then Trent Williams got a couple penalties on the next series. It seemed like Trent Williams, even age 37, 38, was feeling nervous. A little jittery. Everybody seemed, there were a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties early. And then one thing I noticed early was the San Francisco linebacking core tackling well early. It seemed like Fred Warner and Troy Greenlaw before his injury really played well. I mean, Fred Warner was everywhere. Well, particularly on Travis Kelce, a good chunk of the game. How many teams can put a middle linebacker on Travis Kelce and say, go at him? And then Brock Purdy hit a couple key back-to-back passes, but not to guys you would think. Not Christian McCaffrey, not Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Conley, and Ray McLeod. Maybe the team's fifth and sixth option. I mean, it seemed like San Francisco really tried getting everybody involved. I mean, McLeod made some plays. Conley made plays. Early. And then Jake Moody hits a 55-yard field goal, which broke Steve Christie's 54-yard field goal as the Super Bowl's longest field goal. And Jake Moody would have an up and down night. Some good, some bad. Yeah, but this was good, putting the Niners up top. And then Kansas City put together its best drive of the game so far. Mahomes finding Nico Holman for 50-some-odd yard pass. And then Isaiah Pacheco returns the favor of Christian McCaffrey, fumbles inside the 10. San Francisco recovers. It's funny. For how great the Chiefs were late. Kansas City was only 2 out of 6 in the red zone. The Niners were 1 out of 2. So the red zone was not the go zone for the Chiefs throughout a large chunk of the game. Which you would think with Mahomes and Andy Reid, they have 1.5 million plays inside the 20. But the red zone was not a strength. So San Francisco stopped Kansas City on that drive. And then Drake Greenlaw left with a very serious Achilles injury. Looked like it was a torn Achilles, non-contact. And Drake Greenlaw and Fred Warner are one of the best middle linebacking combos in football. I mean, put them up there with anyone, Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen, but both San Francisco linebackers are good, just like the pair in the last decade with Naval Bowman and newly minted Hall of Famer Patrick Willis. And then L'Jarius Sneak got a dumb penalty. Just, why are you doing it? Why are you getting involved after the play? Just plays over, get up, do your job. There were just a lot of mistakes, a lot of dumb penalties from both teams. I mean, I mean, Kansas City came into this game making very few mistakes, playing a lot of clean football, no penalties, very few turnovers, and Mahomes looking like playing uber efficient football. And then the Niners scoring the first touchdown of the game. Surprises, Christian McCaffrey, but not from Brock Purdy. Jawan Jennings doing his best Antoine Randall impersonating. Yes, Kyle Shannon's definitely been in Vegas for a week, throwing the Christian McCaffrey, getting the Niners up 10-0. And then throughout much of the first half, the Niners just kept coming after Mahomes, only rushing for Nick Bosa and company doing a great job keeping Mahomes out of the pocket and when in the pocket. And when Mahomes did, somebody was always coming after Mahomes seemingly. Chase Young, Hallgrave. Boy, I don't think Hallgrave wants to play the Chiefs in another Super Bowl. Loss last year with the Eagles and now loses with the 49ers tonight. And then there were a couple times when maybe Kyle Shanahan could have given his team more of a chance at the end of the first half, but Harrison Butker kicked the 28-yarder to get the Chiefs on the board and make it 10-3 at half. And then second half, and Pat Mahomes makes a rare mistake for him. Throws an interception, and you think, well, San Francisco's going to capitalize here. Nah, the Niners don't convert, and Kansas City gets off the field. And then I don't know exactly what happened. Debo looked like a hamstring, maybe a cramp, but he was out, in and out of the game throughout much in the second half, and then good way through the third quarter. Jake Moody had made his 55-yarder, so Harrison Butker one-ups him with a 57-yarder. So Jake Moody held the longest Super Bowl's longest field goal for an hour and a half, and then Harrison Butker got him for himself, making it 10-6. And then the Niners have a special teams bugaboo they'd rather forget on a punt where Darrell Lutter Jr. is up to lose. Darrell Lutter Jr., hold on. Actually, accidentally hits the ball with his foot, which gives Kansas City the ball in the red zone, and then Mahomes finds MVS on the very next play, putting Kansas City ahead. I mean, most people thought Kansas City went into this game with special teams advantage. Harrison Butker never misses in the playoffs, and Jake Moody was a little inconsistent. And of course, the special teams played a big role with both kickers kicking 50-yarders and, well, another kick we'll talk about, but for some reason, the Niners threw the ball early in the late second, early, especially third quarter. I mean, the Niners threw counter in both. So the third quarter, San Francisco threw 9 out of 10 plays, which seemed odd because with Christian McCaffrey, I think you've got to get him involved, especially when Debo coming in and out of the game. I mean, the Niners went 101 real minutes, an hour and 41 minutes between first downs, late in the second quarter, and then and then Kyle Shannon with a big fourth down to George Kittle, finally getting George Kittle involved. I mean, George Kittle was very quiet as a receiver, not as a blocker because Kittle was the best in the league as a run blocker, but George Kittle finally getting a fourth down. And then Kirby hitting Jawan Jennings for a touchdown. Yes, Jawan Jennings touchdown. Did anybody have Jawan Jennings throwing a touchdown? No. Did anybody have Jawan Jennings catching the touchdown? No. So Jennings put San Francisco back on top, 16-13. And then special teams, yeah. Mr. Moody rejected kick. Actually, it was probably more a bad kick than Kansas City really getting good penetration. But that missed extra point play would play a huge factor in the game. So instead of the Niners going up 17-13, the score was only 16-13. And then Mahomes and the Chiefs put together a really good drive, responding with another Harrison Butker field goal. Did anybody play double field goal kick, double Moody, double Butker lineups tonight? Because you could have won some serious money. But a Butker kicked the 24-yarder, tying the game, and then the Niners go on another long drive. I mean, it looked like San Francisco could pull what Kansas City did last year. I mean, it was the third down. The Chiefs brought a slot blitz. Trent McDuffie really doing a great job getting Brock Purdy's way, forcing the incompletion. I mean, the Chiefs kept both of their timeouts. And Jake Moody faced a 53-yarder, which he nails without a problem. So San Francisco is up 19-16, but the Chiefs have a minute and 50 seconds, two timeouts, and Patrick Mahomes on the center. And the Chiefs put together a great drive at the end of the game. Mahomes finding Kelsey. What else is new? Kelsey with clutch catches. I put in my notes. Travis Kelsey with clutch catches. Chiefs get inside the 10-yard line with 6 seconds left. And actually, on first down, I think there were 10 seconds left, and Mahomes tried throwing a pass to Kelsey, incomplete. Second down, 6 seconds left, one timeout. I think it was at the 10 or 11-yard line, and Andy Reid decides, you know what? Even though we've got Mahomes, I'll play it safe, go for overtime, kick the field goal, so it's 19-19 into overtime. And here's where the new rule comes into play. We've all seen overtime playoff games. I mean, New England, Atlanta, where first team, or Buffalo, Kansas City, where the first team gets the ball, scores a touchdown, the game's over. Well, the rule was changed. Now, both teams get the ball unless the other team gets a safety. So even if Brock Purdy would have thrown a pick six, the game is over. The game isn't over, excuse me. So the 49ers won the toss and receive. And you think, well, would you be better off having the ball or giving the ball to Kansas City? But remember, The Chiefs went on an 11-play, 64-yard drive at the end of regulation. So San Francisco's defense is tired. The not Kyle Shanahan may have felt, you know, we can score a touchdown on the Chiefs because Kansas City's defense is exhausted, and B, our defense needs a blow. So he may have thought, let's go, let's take the ball first because if both teams score a touchdown, kick the extra point, then it's sudden death. So overtime begins, and I think on the first third down there was a hold, I believe by McDuffie. Actually, there was a false start on Brandon Ayuk after an incompletion on 1st and 10. Then 2nd and 15. Purdy found McCaffrey for a short little play. Third down, incomplete, but McDuffie held for first down, and then the Niners just went on a long, and I mean long drive. Purdy found Ayuk for a big play. Found McCaffrey. What ended up being a big play was a Willis holding penalty when it was 2nd and 2 at the 18, because George Kittle actually went out of the game with a shoulder injury for a while, so Kittle would have been in the game at that point. And instead of having the ball, first down inside the red zone, it's 2nd and 12. Then Purdy connected with Kyle Juszczyk for 13 yards. Then in 10, McCaffrey got 6 yards on first down, nothing on second down. And then, biggest play of the game, and guess who makes the key play? Chris Jones. It didn't matter how exhausting Kansas City's defense was. Chris Jones made the big play, stuffed the Niners on third down, and then Jake Moody kicks a field goal. So the Niners go up 22-19. But now it's Kansas City's turn. And in Pat Mahomes' third Super Bowl, without a dominant wide receiver, a great running game from Isaiah Pacheco, he puts together one of the best, if not the best, drives of his career. And the biggest play of that drive was that fourth down run that Mahomes himself converts, because it's almost like an option play in college football where you would see a quarterback get the ball and then either he can take it himself or pitch the ball to the tailback. Well, Mahomes looking like Tommy Frazier running the wishbone back in 96, right? 95, right? Taking the ball. And then next play, Mahomes connected with MVS, who instead of maybe going and getting 3 or 4 yards, actually went backwards. So it ended up being 2nd and 13, 2nd and 14. And then Mahomes hits MVS. So it ended up being 3rd and 7. And then Mahomes finds Rashee Rice. First down. Then Pacheco a couple more times. And then Mahomes takes off on another run. And then eventually Pacheco involved, Kelsey on a big play, and then Mahomes finds Nico Hardman. Yes, the same Nico Hardman, who was once a Kansas City Chief, signed with the New York Jets in the offseason, traded back, and then re-upped with the Kansas City Chiefs, making the biggest play of his career, catching a Super Bowl and overtime game winner from Pat Mahomes. So the Chiefs win 25-22. To be honest, I don't know if this is a great game. I don't know if it's I don't think this is the greatest Super Bowl we've ever seen. But the ending was sure Vegas strong. I have no idea what the ratings are going to be tonight, but it was a great conclusion to a weirdly played game. I mean, there were turnovers from both sides, multiple turnovers, penalties, but in the end, you know, Pat Mahomes showed why he is the dean of quarterbacks. You know, without a great O line, without the greatest running back, you know, putting the team on his back and saying, "Come on, boys, I got your 10." And for the Niners, unfortunately, um, Kyle Shannon can do everything. You know, he can design great plays. He can lead his team to division titles within inches of a Super Bowl, but can't get the Lombardi Trophy. 28-3 against New England when he was Falcons OC. 10-point lead against the Chiefs in Miami. We know, and then tonight. And I know what people are going to say. Should Kyle Shanahan have deferred at the start of overtime? I mean, Kansas City scored a touchdown and wouldn't have mattered anyway. And then maybe the one decision you could say, maybe after the Chris Jones play, do you go for it on fourth down? Because if the Chiefs stop them, Kansas City only needs a field goal to win anyway. Well, Harrison Butker is basically Adam Vinatieri 2.0 in January and February. And if you get it, then the Chiefs need a touchdown. Otherwise, the game's over. So that's a tough call. And then I thought Kyle Shannon called a really good game plan, aggressive. The trick play, I thought the trick play was brilliantly timed. I mean, Jennings, Christian McCaffrey touched the ball 30 times. I mean, Brandon Ayuk caught 3 passes. Debo only caught 3 passes on 11 targets. I honestly thought Debo would have been more involved. That maybe the hamstring injury would have affected his availability in the second half. I honestly thought Kittle would have been more involved, only getting 3 targets. But Juwan Jennings stepped up, made great play, a couple big plays to throw, and then a touchdown catch. So Juwan Jennings was great tonight, and defensively, Fred Warner was everywhere. Nick Bosa, Olmstead, Javon Hargrave, Chase Young with a sack. I mean, the Niners played well enough to win this game. It's just they went up against the best quarterback in the world right now. And then for the Chiefs, Chiefs, Mahomes leading rusher, Isaiah Pacheco with a very quiet night. Kelsey was everyone in the second half. I think he only caught 1 ball for 1 yard, 9 for 92, 3. Nico Hardman with a 50-plus yard in the first half, and then the game winner in overtime. Justin Watson with some big plays. Rasheed Rice, Pacheco with 6 catches, and Chiefs. Nick Bolton with 10 tackles, and then quarterback wise, I thought Brock Purdy was okay. I didn't think Brock Purdy played great. One throw to Jennings. Throw the Kittle. I didn't think Purdy played a great game. I thought Purdy was great when he eluded when he got out of the pocket. But I didn't think Purdy played a great. I thought Purdy missed some throws. It was under some duress. It seemed like, especially the slopper blitz with McDuffie, and then the play with Jones really stymied Purdy. I didn't think Purdy cost his team the Super Bowl, but he didn't necessarily help his team tonight. So, but for being Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick in the 22 draft, I thought Brock Purdy accounted himself really well, and San Francisco's got a really good quarterback. It's unfair to judge him against Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes was brilliant, especially after the pick. I mean, 34, 46, 333, 2 scores, and then running 9 times, 66 yards. I mean, you don't see Pat Mahomes running the ball that many times in the regular season, but nobody's playing a regular season game for 7 months, so leaving it all in the grass tonight, and Mahomes left it all and then some there. So, dynasty? Hell yeah, it's the dynasty. The Chiefs have won 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has got 3 rings at 28. I mean, is this New England 2.0? That was a very New England win tonight. It looked like a Patriot game, couple fumbles, fumble, interception. And yet New England grinding its way a lot like what Belichick and Brady would do 12, 15 years ago. And to be honest with you, if the Chiefs get a really good receiver, T. Higgins or one of these guys in the draft, free agency or trade, Lord knows what's going to happen. I mean, can the Chiefs keep the defense together? We'll see. Chris Jones is potentially a free agent who wants a lot of money, especially after holding out this past September. And Snead's going to end up being a highly paid cornerback. He'll be among the most highest paid corners in the league. So we'll see whether Kansas City can bring the band back together. We'll see. Is this Andy Reid's last game? Because Nick Saban's retired. Bill Belichick's not in New England. Pete Carroll's not in Seattle. Is this Andy Reid's last game? I honestly don't know. I don't think Andy Reid retires after winning 2 in a row, because guess what? Nobody's done. Win 3 in a row. Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, so I think he'll come back. And in many ways, the best thing that happened for the Chiefs may have been losing to the ultra-rival Las Vegas Raiders on Christmas Day. Because that was an ugly loss. There were mistakes, fumbles, turnovers, an ugly game. And Kansas City didn't lose a game the rest of the year. Finished the year 6-0. And what Andy Reid did without a great offensive line, wide receiver core, and a super young defense is beyond me. And Andy Reid deserves a lot, but Steve Spagnuolo is probably the most underappreciated defensive coordinator in football. He's got 4 Super Bowl rings as his defense coordinator, of course. Helped the New York Giants beat the 18-0 Pats and go in there, and then, of course, what he's done with Kansas City. And you saw Kansas City bring the house at times. The slot blitz with McDuffie was brilliantly timed, because if San Francisco gets that first down, the Chiefs only have 2 timeouts. The 49ers can replicate what the Chiefs did to the Eagles last year. Instead, the Chiefs gave Mahomes enough time to at least tie, if not win it. So I think Steve Spagnuolo deserves a lot of credit. Did a great job really limiting Josh Allen as a throw and really stymieing Lamar Jackson a couple weeks ago. So Spags, maybe you should look at Steve Spagnuolo in the assistant coach of the year run, because with one of the youngest defenses in the league, the Chiefs played mighty fine, especially late. I mean, it's not like the Chiefs went up against the Las Vegas Raiders with Aiden O'Connell and went up against Trent Williams, George Kittle, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey. Few guys will end up in Cannon. So, I mean, for Vegas, I think this was especially a great ending. I bet you CBS loves overtime, because guess what that means? More ads. So it's now 11:55 here in Southwest Florida. So thanks for tuning into this stream. I'm glad my voice made it through this Super Bowl 58 recap. But congratulations to Chief Kingdom, and hopefully San Francisco, the 49ers are going to win a Super Bowl, because Kyle Shanahan deserves to win a Super Bowl. That guy. I mean, is Kyle Shanahan going to end up being like the version of Marv Levy or Bud Grant, who gets to all these Super Bowls and never wins one? Hopefully not. So, thanks for tuning in tonight, and we will be back with more content later.